Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Got a quick question here about titles. What will a good title look like? I'm gonna share with you a few of the titles that I have put on some of my tracks so you can see what a good title will look like. Now understand that every library works differently, okay? If you're working with a library like Audio Jungle, then a very generic cheesy title will work best, meaning that inspirational, inspirational, corporate, motivational, as a title might work really well. If you go to a different library like Artlist or Motion Array, that title is certainly not acceptable. And they will actually encourage you to title your track a little bit more creatively, if that's the right way to put it. But you have to be mindful of the library. So it really depends. I mean, it's not uncommon to have a cheesy title on a library like Audio Jungle, sorry, and then have that same track on a library like Pond5 and really work around the title, like expand a little bit more, meaning that you can have an artistic title on a library like Pond5, and then in brackets you can put inspirational, motivational, corporate track, if you will. So that's a way to work around that, because it does play a big role depending on the library. One way to use this to your advantage, and if you're having troubles coming up with titles, then I highly recommend using ChatGPT for that matter. We've been talking about AI here lately, and I have certainly used ChatGPT for certain titles of my tracks. You have to be mindful that some titles are not really that good, okay? I will usually input the title that I have given. So for example, I will say something like, hey, give me different creative titles for this stock music track. And at the moment I have this title, right? Inspirational, motivational, corporate, or whatever. And it will write down something back at me, something different, or at least 10 different tracks with different titles. And usually I have to pick and choose from the different titles that it has given me, so I can come up with my own title. And this is the conversation we've been having here about AI, that even though these AI tools are great and they can give you all the information and everything that you might want, when it comes down to creation, we still have to filter out. Again, AI is a great tool, man, and I'm using it every single day. And I have certainly used it for titles and descriptions, but you have to be very mindful, all right? Because AI can be a great tool, I'll say this again, but we still need to filter quite a lot, and we still need to use what's going to work for us in this context anyways of titling. But I use it for titles, description, and even tags. And it works, man. It's a very creative way to go about this without wasting time of like, okay, what should I name this inspirational corporate track? Maybe there's another angle, a different lens that you can use when it comes down to titling your own music. So you should definitely try ChatGPT to title your own tracks and even descriptions and tags, and see how you can implement that in your workflow. I don't usually do this with ChatGPT. Once I have a track, and that is kind of like the same, if it's an inspirational, corporate, motivational track, I kind of like go around the same type of descriptions and tags. So you might only have to do that once, but the titles, again, it's kind of like the same things over and over again, and depending on the track. But ChatGPT could be a great place to start for your titles. And again, be mindful of the library that you're working with, because some libraries will just not tolerate this type of titles, right? Like inspirational, motivational, corporate, or whatever. Anyways, if you're new to this, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, of course, but as well, don't forget to download my free guide link in the description, and I'll see you in another video.